Hi, everyone. It's Linda G. Thank you guys for writing me. I got all kinds of mail. Where are you? We didn't see you Sunday. I did my mediumship stuff because I fell behind because of Sedona. And my God, I slept till 7:30 today. I mean, that never happens. In fact, I better set my alarm clock because tomorrow I begin readings again that start at 7 a.m. So I don't want to do that. But boy, do I feel rested. I slept hard. Um, I wanted to tell you guys, and you might have already read it. I don't know where I posted it, but I had the weirdest dream about Gerard Butler. I dreamt that I was in a hotel in a beautiful dining, beautiful with the crystal chandeliers and stuff at a long table. And next thing you know, I see Gerard being hustled in and he sits right next to me. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what the hell? It's Gerard Butler. And I'm going to have to eat like a lady, obviously. I'm going to have to act like I'm dainty. And I thought, what am I going to say? I smiled at him, but, I didn't know what to say. And he turned to me and he said, "You're Linda G, right?" And I was like, "Yes." And he started asking me about my YouTube channel, about spiritual awareness, about my book, which, by the way, hasn't been released. I'm still writing it. And all this information. We probably intensely talked, in my mind, in that dream. It was probably a good 20, 30 minutes. And then he said, "Well, I have to go." And I said, "Oh, okay." And he said, "Listen, can we exchange numbers so we can continue our conversation?" I said, "Absolutely." And I wrote down my number for him and he handed me a card. And then I just sat. I remember looking at all these people who were looking at me like, why was he sitting with you? And I remember thinking, oh my God, Gerard Butler sat next to me. I just had dinner with Gerard Butler, but it wasn't anything romantical or anything like that. But it's so funny. I started off in the ego mind with him because I'm thinking, oh God, what do I say? How do I look? What do I do? And then while I'm talking to him, I felt like he was kinfolk. I mean, it was just, we talked, it was very smooth, it was lovely. Then when he left, I went back into the ego realm and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it, And what's really weird in the dream, I even thought, oh my God, if I meet him again, what do I wear? Isn't that the weirdest thing? But it's so funny how ego can slide in there. So I just wanted to tell you about that. So I watched a couple of really good movies yesterday. One was Dracula 2000 with Gerard in it. Oh my God, he looks fantastic. The movie itself was okay, but he looks fantastic. And then, hold on one second. Then I watched a movie called Flirting with Disaster. I'd never seen that movie. Today I talked to my sister. She goes, oh my God, that's one of my favorite movies. And I got to tell you, it's hella funny. Screenplay was by David Russell. It has Tia Leone, Patricia Arquette, Ben Stiller, Alan Alda, Lily Tomlin, George Segal, Mary Tyler Moore, who plays a really mean person, and she did a fabulous job. I totally recommend that movie. In fact, I'm going to buy it. Whenever I like something, I buy it. So, Flirting with Disaster, very good movie. Now it's got me in the mood to watch another movie Patty was in called Stigmata. I know it affected me when I saw it. I'm going to watch it again. Okay, so enough of the small talk. Thank you guys. You guys rock. Okay, so I got a lot of people asking me questions. I do have something to tell you. I think tomorrow our Supreme Court is supposed to, I don't know, either accept a case or rule on a case involving Arizona in this voting thing. And I just feel really good about it. So I'm thinking tomorrow is boom. That's what I heard. Okay. So that's going to happen. I just know that when the courts start looking at this stuff, as long as it's not within like Arizona, if it's the Supreme Court, people are so worried that Roberts will turn around and do that crap he did. I'm telling you, and I'm going to tell you again, They are worried because we are looking into how they got all their money. They aren't going to vote in a way that people are going, are you serious? They will stick with the Constitution. They're not going to vote in favor of liberals or Democrats. They're going to vote according to the Constitution, because there's some things I think they stepped over a little bit that they shouldn't have done. I just feel really good about it. I just want you to know that. Also, there's a video, I put it on my Twitter. Hope Springs 10 is my Twitter name, that somebody went to the Trump rally, and there was a plethora of people. You could hear him talking, you could see him. But before he was even done, people were leaving. People were leaving in droves. So what was that about? And I just feel he just rattles on too much, and they were done already. Because you could hear him saying, and then we have to wait for Arizona. I can't wait for Arizona. Yeah. He's losing it, you guys. So please don't worry. Do not worry. This man will not run for 2024. I'll tell you that. He thinks he is, but there's stuff coming up. Okay. Now about Florida. Listen, you guys, let's do real quick. Let's do a white energy totally around that hotel that fell. By the way, there's going to be lawsuits up the yin yang. And I want the people in the building next to it, for peace of mind, they have to go. They said people came in and said it looks okay. They have to go. Not that it's going to fall down again. I just feel like eventually both those buildings will be totally gone, and they'll rebuild something else. I am not feeling any more rescues, but we got to have hope. So that doesn't mean, hey, listen, remember those guys that were stuck down in the bottom of 9/11? And Nicolas Cage, I think, did the movie 9/11, and they were so injured, and they were down there for quite a while. But I think they were able to drink some water that was leaking in. You know, if a human body doesn't have fluid, it can't make it. So I'm not feeling it, but you know, they're not dead. I did see spiritually, when I looked at the site, I saw 3 spirits, and they're a family. There's a younger girl and a mother and father, and they were holding hands, and they were floating through. Like they were just floating through. Because a lot of these people, when they crossed, they were shocked. They crossed, like, what just happened? I mean, it's like 9/11. It just reminds me of 9/11. That's the look it has. This is very sad, and this is going to be really looked at. And I just feel that this place, it wasn't untoward. It wasn't any kind of terrorist action. It feels like that 2018 report they did was totally correct. They got, excuse me, they got somebody else to go in there after that and say, oh, no, it's fine. But this place was definitely, some engineer was talking about it, and it's totally science-based. It was thanks to hurricanes, water damage, and it just eventually started to disintegrate. Also, if you guys know, this man said, I think he was said on Twitter, that his mother the day before had said the building was making a lot of noise and she was very nervous, but she stayed and it crashed. And he feels really bad about that, because he told her, oh, Mom, it'll be okay. But listen, who could guess that? Who could possibly guess that? So we must say prayers for those energies. I see that man and woman and a young child. Now, I don't know why they wouldn't find, or maybe they'll find somebody that is semi-alive, but I heard 97. I heard 97. So, but that's not the 150 something. I just heard 97. So I just got to say what I hear, and then we'll deal with it later, because you know how my guides are. Excuse me, what did I tell you? So, okay, so we just dealt with that. And then Marie wants to know if Betsy DeVos and her brother Eric will ever go to jail for their crimes. I feel yes, especially Eric. But Betsy feels like she thinks she's getting away with it. This happens to her I see her sitting before in a court. It's going to take a couple of years for her. And the Trump org takedown, that's happening. That's happening. I just want you to know. This is happening. They know what they're going to do, and it's ugly. And, you know, Ivanka Trump, the paperwork came out that she lied about the inauguration thing, and she's in trouble. Remember, I told you that she was going to spiel on her dad. Okay. That's what I get. Now, Trump thinks he's wiped his hands of it, or he can't be hit, but he's going to be in trouble. Trump's going to be in trouble. I never saw him going to jail. I'm sorry. That's just me. He could be heading there and he doesn't make it. Kitty wants to know, could the Florida disaster occur due to building code shortcuts? Absolutely. Absolutely. And they knew it was going, but listen, do you guys remember when that building collapsed and crashed in China? Do you guys remember that? The guy built it half-ass and they took him out and executed him. So, yeah, this is going to cost a lot of careers. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. There's going to be a lot of going to court, a lot of suing going on. Okay. Crystal says, I'm in Missouri, Linda. When will we be free of Hawley and Parsons as governor? I'm not sure about Parsons, but I do see Hawley having to go. He's in trouble. You know, she's kind of quiet lately. He's in trouble. Oh, thank you. Someone just said, oh, thank you for coming on. I got a whole bunch of emails from you guys saying, where are you? Like I said, I had to do my members. I fell back thanks to Sedona. Okay. Will Virginia elect another Democratic governor this fall? Virginia elect another Democratic governor this fall. I'm feeling yes. Feels like a man. Yes. Will our government ever ban Fox News? Listen, Fox News is in trouble. There's more going on than meets the eye. My guys just don't want you guys to worry about it. They are getting in trouble. So there's some a couple of major lawsuits. So one is them supporting the people who lied about the machines, the voting machines. Apparently they were lying. Okay, thank you. So they told me to tell you guys, don't worry, it's coming, but it seems like that's several years off. They're going to start getting the players, the liars, like that Tucker Carlson. Let me tell you, in 2022, I see Democrats winning at a pretty good, significant size. So what'll happen is they'll use that opportunity to get rid of these people who are lying. Anne wants to know, love every video you do. I'm wondering what happens to souls like Trump when they pass. Do they ever get how they have hurt people? Oh, absolutely. That's part of the purgatory, is that you have to, like Hitler, you have to look at each person you affected. You have to really look. See, he can't look at himself because he's narcissistic. But when he's over there, he has to feel it too. And payback is coming for him on Earth realm, but he still goes down fighting and angry. And then when he's over there, you know, it's not for me to judge him. It's not for us to say, I hope you burn in hell. That's not for us. He will deal with his own soul energy when he's there. I mean, think about it. Nearly 600,000 people died because he called the virus a Democratic hoax. 600,000 lives. So he has something to, he'd be explaining himself. Now, this is interesting because I got this. Jackie wants to know, will Biden win another presidential term? And I absolutely say yes. Absolutely. I see him winning again. Absolutely. Okay. South Africa. So they've got a real bad vaccine. There's a lot of chaos with anti-vaxxers. There's a lot of people dying. It's very sad. South Africa. Yeah, I see still troubling times, but I do see things rally towards the end of the year. See a lot of people getting vaccinated. You know, right now we're all getting vaccinated. Those who don't will be the ones that get really sick. Warren Buffett stepped down as trustee of the Gates Foundation. Did he have anything to do with Bill Gates' association with Epstein? No. I heard no, absolutely not. So Biden just ordered airstrikes at the Syrian border. Oh boy, they're really mad at us. Iran is really mad at us. It's almost like he had to, because we were getting hit by them. Our people were getting hit by them. Yeah, it's not going to be easy to work with Iran. I guess we're still hoping to come some sort of agreement. I don't know what Iran's doing, and eventually Iran will calm down, but yeah. It's not very good with Iran right now, but they don't have much power to do anything. We're watching them like a hawk. They start missing, it's over. And someone said, did I miss Sunday Sterling? No, Sterling and I are doing every other week. So just to kind of he has his own show on Sunday. So just FYI. Do deceased presidents have any suggestion for Biden? Well, do you guys remember in the 4 years I've been doing this, who came through all the time? Franklin D. Roosevelt. And he was telling me that our new president, Joe Biden, was going to do the New Deal. A lot of the things that he did, although it was different then because he could reach across the table. He also made some deals, little underhanded deals, but he could reach across the table where Biden is really getting, he's very surprised. But Biden actually showed off and said, oh, I can work across the table. Yeah, and I think a lot of them would love to work with him, but it's McConnell that's holding them down. I think he's sick. I think McConnell is sick. Go ahead. I just saw him looking like a corpse. Don't wish this on anyone. What's wrong with McConnell? He doesn't have much longer. He's going to, I'm telling you, this 2022 election is going to not work out the way he thought, and they're blaming him and they're pointing at him, and it's like they're throwing rocks at him. And then I feel his health suffers. Okay. Robin said yesterday, The Atlantic posted an article where Barr turned on Trump, saying he knew there was no election fraud. What else does Barr plan on exposing? Well, listen, this is also Barr trying to make himself look better. Just like all of them, all the ones that were pro-Trump, some of them are trying to act like, well, I told him, you know. Barr is still in trouble. Barr is in huge trouble. And I think he knows it. So in a way, he's releasing these kind of comments. So maybe he'll look like he was fair. But he did some underhanded stuff, you guys. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. And remember, I told you guys that I had a strong feeling that Barr was being called by Trump. Like, I almost feel like, you know how Trump liked to call Sean Hannity and talk to him all hours of the night? If he could have done that with Barr, he would. But Barr, I feel, and he's not saying it out loud, but Barr was feeling more and more that Trump was losing his mind. And he was nervous about it. And he didn't want to go down with him. But it's too late. Okay, well, Northern Ireland, Ellen said, will Northern Ireland leave the United Kingdom and join the Republic of Ireland? Absolutely. Absolutely. And that Brexit, remember I told you guys, even if they brought it in, it wasn't going to last. I just feel like Johnson has to step down. Something's coming up with Johnson. And then I see people turning all that around. So don't worry about it. Oh, yes. And send prayers to God. It's been beautiful here. Maybe 80. I mean, absolutely beautiful here. Cold in the morning. Reminds me when I used to live in the East Bay, you know, with that fog weather, nice, cool weather. I'd go to school and it would be nice and cool. Okay. Okay. Juju said, will other apartments in the US start to crumble like Florida? My feeling is no, but I feel like we're going to be up and watching. But I don't see any. I mean, that was like 9/11. That whole thing was just like, am I dreaming? That's why these poor spirits, and pray for their well-being, the ones who did go down with the crash. Pray that they can find their way, because I feel a lot of them are still hanging around there like they're like, what just happened? So get the angels of light in there. Okay. Okay. Jagal, talk about the building in Miami today. Horrible what happened down there. Okay, she's just asking me the same thing I just got talking about. Okay, so we did the deceased presidents, and one is Franklin D. Roosevelt. I just see like they've got his back. But they have to allow free will, so they're not going to interfere. Oh, people's like, no questions, just glad you're okay. I guess you all thought I was on my deathbed. No, I was in my dreams with Gerard Butler. Yes, the heat wave will go away. There'll be a little bit more heat in Washington and Oregon, you guys. So days of not having air conditioning will change. God, I'm getting a lot of love letters. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, so the Delta variant, there's been tons of articles showing that people who've been vaccinated, if they did get sick, didn't get that sick, but more often, like one thing that was on Twitter, and I reposted it, was that somebody got hit hard with the virus and high loads and didn't get sick at all. So I don't want you to worry about that variant. Now, the places where they'll get hit is some of the red states, but I don't want you guys to worry. I'm not feeling. I think it's the new one that came out. I see Africa, I see different countries, but the United States feels like, thanks to Joe Biden. I was just talking to a friend yesterday and I said, you know what? Thank God Joe Biden got in, because he saved our lives. He pushed for that vaccine. He made sure it was out there. And thank God, because if who was still president, it would have been bad news. More of us would have died. And don't forget, Jared said, yeah, don't worry about the blue states. Oh, 4th of July, that's good. Paula says, do you see any trouble occurring in the US during the 4th of July holiday? I know the White House is having some big event, but I looked at the list of people performing. It wasn't anybody there that I was like, ooh, so-and-so. But I love looking at fireworks. Okay, I don't want to scare you guys, but a while ago, and I don't know if I told you, I had a feeling of like a building crashing. Somebody said, you talked about a building crashing, like the Oklahoma. It was that kind of look. but I was wondering if it was a bomb or a terrorist action. And I think that's the Florida building, which is not a terrorist action. And then the other thing I see is isolated little terrorist groups causing drama. So I see groups of people running because of gunshots. You remember that god awful shooting that happened in Las Vegas? It feels like something like that. But I feel this person gets taken down way before. And I also feel like a rather large planning of somebody is going to get stopped by the FBI. I feel the FBI is really looking into this. So something big, something someone planned that was big is going to be stopped. Listen, seeing all those people walking away from Donald Trump at his event yesterday while he was still talking, it was uncanny. It was like they were leaving in droves. So what did he say that all those people would leave? I think he just rambles on too much and they're tired of it already. A lot of people are sending their love for peace. Velma says that Margarina Square, July 3rd this Saturday. Do you see anything happening with Spanky's indictments? And there's going to be indictments. I'm going to tell you right now, we'll be bouncing. Remember that vision I used to have, like in the 1930s and stuff, when people were in a courtroom and they'd run out the news media, they'd run out to the telephone booths because they're going to call with the story. And they'd run so fast they caused all the telephone booths to fall down. That's what I see. I see, holy cow, it's one thing after the other. You know, I'll be watching my Meadow. That's what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about a forced stimulus check. I know it's not coming in on that one they're going to try to pass here. The reason Biden is going to take this, even though what's her face is having an event out in front of the Capitol, AOC, because we need this, because I see him telling everybody, look, let's get through what we can. And then it'll be so wonderful. Come midterms, people will want more of the same. I think the president is going to say in this new package that we're going to do, that the Republicans won't vote yes for. But in this new package, we're going to have another stimulus check, another one. We're going to do this and this and this. And that's when everybody, because remember, he said, you vote for me, you're going to get another check. Listen, he knows what time of day it is. And so that's when I see people just doing what they have to vote to make sure that these people that would vote it down get voted out. So I just want to tell you that. Can you, Galactica said, can you comment on Trump's state of mind? Well, he's furious. And, you know, his family isn't around him. I do think Ivanka is standing down. She's mad at him. Well, he was mad at Jared and blaming Jared. He kind of turned on her too. And I heard they're leaking things out into the media because they're trying to make themselves look like they're letting people know we've stood back from him. Because he kind of stands alone. Let me tell you, he's going to be a has-been. Yeah. So within the week, it could be before the 4th of July, there's going to be some stuff coming up on him. And he is furious. And I see his attorneys doing the best they can to challenge this. Of course, it's partisan, it's a witch hunt, et cetera, et cetera. You guys, I gotta tell you, it's getting ready to happen, and I don't want you to worry. All this madness is getting ready to be filtered out. People like the pillow guy, this kind of stuff. There's drama coming up. Okay. Carol wants to know whether the Mercers have legal problems for backing the former guy. Yeah, they're going to follow the money. There's something money related with them. Absolutely. And they know it too. They're trying to hide it. Okay, this is a good one. Gooby says, my question is, and it may sound weird, what does it mean when I see white orbs around me? Usually you can't see them. Very rarely do I see them. When I take a video. So there you go. When you're doing videos, you'll see orbs. Oh no, he says he sees them too. White orbs are spiritual energy. I do not feel it's negative at all. He said he tries to tell him to go to the light, but I feel they're already light. Because this person feels like a good person. Gooby, you feel like a really good person. So they're surrounding you. You're very intuitive yourself. But if they bug you or you don't feel comfortable, you can tell them to go, to be on their way. Barbara said, can you ask to put something in your Kasich records? And I feel no, I feel don't worry, like everything's in there. What message does General Custer have for us? My neighbor was a direct descendant of him. In fact, they had some of his items. And the one kid looked exactly like him. But it's so weird because my mom was Comanche and, it was a different tribe, but still. What message does General Custer have? When I see Custer, I also see Ulysses S. Grant, which is weird. I don't know if that's related at all. Custer's already taken another body. He's come back actually as a Native American and suffered with them. So he is energetically renewing his soul. There was a really good show. I think it was on PBS. The president of the United States, I think, didn't like him. And they were actually kind of hinting that perhaps sending him to this place where he died was sort of a setup, and a backup was supposed to come, and they deliberately took their time coming in because it was almost like it was a setup, a slaughter. At least that's what he's telling me. It was a setup. But also he looked at Native Americans like they were savages, like they all do. And he's very sorry. So he had to come back as a Native American. Will Florida people at the public universities, this is Jillian, have to register their political choice? Oh, they're going to say yes, but it's going to be voted out. So no. Oh, this is a good one. Christy said, will Mark Kelly win as senator in re-election? Yes, I heard yes. Lenny said, what happened to Stacy Peterson, the wife of Drew Peterson? They can't find the body. They did find her body. Her body came up to the shore. Her baby came first, and then her body did. They couldn't find her head because I think he put something around her neck and then threw her down. And then what happened with the ocean, slowly but surely, her body expelled the baby. So yeah, they didn't find her head. They'll never find her head, by the way. But it's not makes any difference. This girl's in heaven. Okay, can you talk about Britney Spears? Karen said. Britney, and I'm feeling good about her getting out from underneath these people. I'm feeling good about Britney having more control, being able to marry her boyfriend and such. I don't think she's a whack job. I mean, look at it. This girl does Las Vegas stuff. She makes all this money, and they're saying, oh, you can't handle it? No. Florida is sinking, Mary. Florida is sinking. And also people want to know, will Puerto Rico get hit by a bigger earthquake? I do see good sized earthquakes. I think they get a break on hurricanes, but listen, we got some hurricanes coming. We got some hurricanes coming. If a hurricane passes Puerto Rico, it just passes. You know, poor Puerto Rico. I see Biden really looking into helping Puerto Rico more. You know, because Trump acted like they were a foreign place, had nothing to do with us. Remember when he threw the paper towels? It was just so ugly. The whole thing was so ugly. I kept wishing that at any moment he would become human, and it just wasn't going to happen. Just wasn't going to happen. That he would, you know. And then sometimes he'd say, like, I'm not afraid of the NRA. These guys may be, but I'm not. I'm going to do this and that. And then he'd turn it around because they got to him. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to be with Mel on his show, but not live. So Mel will be posting that. And I love you all. Now, remember, tomorrow I'm not doing Tuesday prayers, but I will the next Tuesday. And then probably I'll come back on here and chit chat with you all Wednesday. I might do a live Wednesday. So, you know, I can't say for sure because it's all in that energy. Sometimes it's like, yeah, like today I woke up, said, yeah, I got to do a video. But sometimes I'm not there. So why push it? Okay, you guys, I love you all. Say prayers for those poor people in Florida. Say prayers for those people who don't get vaccinated and get so sick. It's just an awful way to die. Okay. Cheers, you guys.